Friends, today's story is about a time traveler who hasn't come to save the world, but just to relax and have fun. But as we all know, messing with the future is never easy. The movie starts with a strange scene. We see a deserted street where a man suddenly appears. His name is Casper. He looks quite strange. He is wearing a full body suit that looks like a chemical hazard suit. As soon as he arrives, he looks around confused. His expressions clearly show that he is not from here, or perhaps not from this time. He picks up some trash lying on the ground and tries to ask for a marker. When he doesn't find anything, he starts writing his message on pieces of cardboard. Casper looks at the camera and leaves a note. If you are reading this, don't get angry. I have come via time travel. Everything is under control. There are just a few complications. He writes his words on pieces of trash and tells us how difficult everything is here. He feels that in this time period, everything has been deliberately made frustrating. Casper goes to a library and is shocked to see the books there. He says, "Do you still have physical books? I thought all this would have ended after the 20th century. He tries to talk to a librarian, but because he looks quite dirty and is acting strangely, the librarian throws him out. He sleeps in the park, and when the police wake him up, he tells them, "Don't worry, there is a plan. You people are part of a big plan." The poor policeman doesn't understand anything and just chases him away from there. Now we meet our second main character, whose name is Holly. Holly is a young girl who is completely fed up with her life. Actually, Holly is a nihilist, meaning she feels that nothing in the world has any meaning, everything is useless. Holly says bye to her friend and comes to sit outside a bar. She is very hungry and frustrated. Just then, her eyes fall on a man who is trying to take something out of a trash can and eat it. Friends, this is no one else but our Casper. Holly sees him and feels pity. She offers him the nachos she has with her. Casper eats those dry and tasteless nachos as if he has found the best food in the world. He says, "Wow, these are very tasty." Holly looks at him with strange eyes and says, "Dude, these are not good at all. By the way, this outfit of yours is quite cool. Where did you get it?" Casper answers with great innocence, "The future." Holly laughs. She thinks that this man is crazy or perhaps doing some role play. Casper tells her that he is managing a band's door. They both go inside where a punk rock band is performing. The song is quite energetic. Casper tells Holly, "You should enjoy this band right now because their next album is going to be very bad. And after that, when they tour, they will be very famous, but their music quality will drop." Holly asks in surprise, "How do you know all this? Why are you being so snobby about music?" Casper gives the same answer again. "I told you, didn't I? I am from the future." What happens after this confuses Holly even more. Casper asks her, "Would you like to do?" He takes out a packet. Holly says, "Easy, brother. My friend will kill me if I gave to a homeless man." But Casper says, "In the future, 30 years from today, these will become legal. Everyone will use it." He takes the with pleasure, and Holly just keeps staring at him. She thinks that this man is either a very big genius or a very big madman. Holly now starts asking him serious questions. She asks, "Okay, if you are really a time traveler, then why don't you go into the past and kill baby Hitler? Or why don't you make some big change?" Casper answers calmly, "History is a pile of trash, Holly. And to be honest, doing all this is a lot of hard work. I just want to relax." Holly finds his words strange, but at the same time she feels a connection with Casper because both are a little cut off from the world. Casper explains to her that the world is not as bad as Holly thinks. He says, "Things get better later on. There is a plan." Holly does not believe it, so Casper challenges her to prove it. He says, "If I prove that I am from the future, will you let me sleep on your couch?" Holly agrees. Casper takes her to a diner. There he points towards a waiter whose name is Percy. Casper says, "Look at this man. Right now he is nobody. But after he dies, the whole world will go crazy for his cartoons and sketches. He is going to become a legend." Holly still does not believe it. Then Casper tells her to look outside the window. He says, "Remember the word balls." He starts the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Nothing happens. Casper gets a little embarrassed. "Maybe my timing is a little off." They start leaving the diner. Holly thinks that all this was nonsense. But then suddenly, bam! A lot of big colorful balls fall from a truck on the road outside and spread all over the road. Chaos erupts everywhere. Holly's eyes remain wide open. Casper smiles and says, "See? I told you, didn't I?" This scene proves to be a turning point for Holly. Now she is convinced that Casper is telling the truth. She takes him to her house. Casper takes a bath and cleans his dirt. When he comes out, Holly asks him more questions. "Where is your time machine?" Casper laughs. "There is no such thing as a time machine. We use portals. And there is a rule. We cannot bring anything with us. Neither technology, nor clothes, nothing. That is why I wrote all the important information on my hands and memorized some." Casper tells his plan. Phase 1. making money. He has information about future sports results and lottery numbers. He gives an offer to Holly. We both can make a lot of money together. Just one condition. We have to stay low profile. We cannot be famous. We cannot change the world. Just have to become rich and live a comfortable life. Holly, who is fed up with her poverty and struggle, agrees immediately. She asks, "And what is phase 2? Casper says, "Saving the world." But that seriousness is not in his voice, which makes it seem like perhaps he is hiding something. Just then the scene cuts and we meet a new character, Doris. Doris has also come from the future, but she is not cool like Casper. She is a dangerous time cop. She comes out of a portal in a deserted place. As soon as she arrives, she talks to an electronic device and asks, "Stasis or static?" When she doesn't get an answer, she understands that she has come to the wrong place. Doris reaches the city. She is extremely ruthless. When some kids bother her and a man tries to stop her, she vaporizes that man with an advanced future weapon without hesitating. She looks at a gadget tied to her wrist, which tells her that this man's life had no effect on the future, so killing him will make no difference to the timeline. Doris's goal is clear: to find Casper and finish him because he is messing with the timeline. Let's go back to Casper and Holly. Their get-rich plan is working. Holly calls her bookie and places sports bets. She is winning continuously. Casper's predictions are proving 100% correct. Holly is very happy. "Dude, I have started liking sports now." Both of them earn a lot of money. Casper does another strange thing. He goes to a nursing home and meets an old woman named Betty there. He talks to Betty very lovingly, as if she were his grandmother. He collects her old belongings, research papers, and drawings. He tells Holly, "In the future, a lot of data of history has been lost. I am preserving all this so that the future generation knows how we used to live." Betty likes Casper a lot, although she thinks that he is a little strange. But the twist in the story comes when Casper assigns a task to Holly. He gives her a package and says, "Deliver this to Betty before 12 noon tomorrow. This is very important." Holly agrees, but she is a little careless. Now Casper goes to meet another contact of his, whose name is Chuck. Chuck is a conspiracy theorist who lives off-grid in the forest. Casper has given Chuck a lot of money and built underground bunkers on his land. Casper explains to him that he is leaving messages for the future through nuclear semiotics, meaning he is burying radioactive materials in the ground so that future people can detect it. Chuck thinks that Casper is some spy or bank robber, but since he is getting money, he stays quiet. The next day, Casper gets ready to execute his phase 2 plan. He goes to a diner, the same diner where Percy works. Friends, remember Percy? That waiter who is going to become a famous artist in the future? Casper keeps staring at Percy. Percy becomes very uncomfortable. He asks Casper, "Have we met?" Casper says, "Not yet, but we will meet." Here Casper tells us a very dark truth. He says, Percy's life is sad. He feels that he doesn't matter, but actually his depression and his eventual suicide is the reason why his art will become famous. Casper's plan is to be present at the moment of Percy's suicide and collect his drawings. This sounds very morbid and cruel, but Casper considers it history preservation. Just then, Holly realizes that she is late in going to Betty. She reaches the nursing home running, but going there, she finds out that Betty has died. The package that Casper had sent was actually a farewell gift for Betty, which she could not get on time. Holly feels a lot of guilt. In the diner, Percy finishes his shift and comes out. He is very depressed. He goes to a deserted place where he is about to jump and give his life. Casper follows him, getting the camera ready so that he can witness this historic moment. But suddenly, Casper's mind changes. When Percy is about to jump, Casper saves him. Casper shouts, "Percy, stop!" Percy gets scared and takes out an old gun. He points it at Casper. Casper tries to calm him down. "Brother, I am from the future. I am your fan. Your drawings are going to become famous in the future." Percy doesn't understand anything. He thinks Casper is crazy. Casper tries to convince Percy that his dying is necessary. He says, "Percy, you have to die so that your art can become immortal. Think, you will become famous." Hearing this, any normal person would get angry. Percy shouts, "If I die, then how will I know about the fame?" He tells Casper to go away from there, but Casper, who has now become emotional, does not let Percy go. There is a scuffle between the two, the gun goes off, and finally Casper knocks Percy unconscious and kidnaps him. This was a very big mistake. Casper has changed history. Percy was supposed to die, but now he is alive and is in the trunk of Casper's car. Meanwhile, Holly, who had missed the Betty delivery, gets a call from Casper. Casper is in panic. He calls Holly immediately to his secret bunker. When Holly reaches there, she sees that Casper has tied Percy to a chair. Holly shouts, "Why did you kidnap him? Are we murderers now?" Casper tries to explain to her, "Holly, this man, he was supposed to die. His death is a fixed point in history. If he doesn't die, the future will change. Everything will be ruined. Holly refuses flatly. She says, I will not help you in killing anyone. Just then, Percy regains consciousness. He starts shouting out of fear. Casper and Holly try to calm him down. Suddenly, the landline phone rings. The call is from Doris. Doris's voice comes, Hello, Percy. I am very happy that you are alive. Casper's face turns white. He understands that Doris has tracked him. Doris manipulates Percy. Do you want to become a hero? Casper immediately disconnects the phone and says, We have to run. Now, the three of them, Casper, Holly, and the tied-up Percy, run away from there and go to Chuck in the forest. Chuck, who remains lost in his conspiracy theories, gets shocked seeing them. But before he could understand anything, Doris reaches there. Doris looks like an ordinary woman, but her aura is very menacing. She removes Chuck from the way in a single blow. Now she is standing in front of Casper, Holly, and Percy. Doris asks Casper, Stasis or static? What is your code? Casper says nervously, I don't know. I am not an agent. I was just getting bored. Here a big revelation happens. Casper is not some chosen one or hero. He is an ordinary loser from the future. He was getting bored in the future. He found a portal and he came to the past without any preparation, just to have fun. He had no grand plan. The save the world thing he told Holly was a lie so that Holly would help him. Doris laughs hearing this. She cannot believe that an idiot has created such a big mess. Doris reveals that she has come to protect the convergence. What is the convergence? Doris explains. 53 years from today, a very big event will happen. Earthquakes, solar storms, and disasters will come. Billions of people will die. Governments will fall. But what will remain after this will be a paradise only for those people who matter, like Doris and the elite people of the future. Holly goes crazy hearing this. You are saying that the world is going to end, and instead of saving it, you want to let it happen? Doris says, yes, because this is history. If Percy does not die, history will change, and maybe the convergence will not happen. And if the convergence does not happen, then my future will not exist. Now the situation is very tense. Doris has a gun. Casper and Holly are helpless. Percy, who was scared until now, suddenly shows courage. When Doris is about to kill Holly, Percy pounces on her. There is a scuffle. Percy pushes Doris and she falls on a sharp object. But wait, the biggest twist in the story is yet to come. As soon as Doris gets injured, another voice comes. Hello! Another man comes down from the stairs above. This is also Casper, but he is a little old and he is wearing even stranger clothes. Friends, this is old Casper. Friends, now there are two Caspers in the scene. One is ours, young Casper, and one who has just appeared, old Casper. Old Casper finishes Doris as soon as he arrives. Holly and young Casper are completely in shock. Old Casper laughs seeing young Casper. Wow, I look so stupid. He tells Holly not to worry. I have come from the future, meaning the future of your future. Now, old Casper explains the whole story. This is a time loop. Listen carefully, this is a little complicated. The first time when all this happened, in the original timeline, Percy had defeated Doris, but Percy did not let Casper go. When Percy found out that the convergence is going to happen in the future, he decided that he would stop it. He kept Casper in prison for years and extracted all the information of the future from him. Percy used that information to change the world. He wrote a book, warned people, and became a revolutionary. Because of this, the convergence never happened. But the result of this was that Casper could not go back to his time, and the future completely changed. Old Casper somehow escaped from there and came further back through another portal at this moment so that he could fix his own mistakes. Old Casper's plan is simple. Percy has to die. He says if Percy stays alive, he saves the world. But this destroys the timeline we came from, and perhaps its result could be even more terrible. Therefore, to keep history on track, Percy's death is necessary. Old Casper tells that he has spent the last 2 years in this time, just waiting for this moment. He partied a lot, had fun, because he knew that in the end, he has to kill Percy. Now young Casper and Holly are in a big dilemma. Old Casper tells them, look, I tried to kill Percy many times, but I couldn't do it. I am weak. You are also weak. Therefore, Holly, you will have to kill Percy. Holly flares up. What? Why will I kill him? You people have gone crazy. He is going to save billions of people, and you want me to stop him so that your stupid dystopian future remains? Old Casper explains to her, Holly, this is a paradox. If the convergence does not happen, then we do not exist. And if we do not exist, then we would not come here and save him. All this is a mess. The safest option is that whatever was supposed to happen, let it happen. He also tells that Doris has called the police. The plan is, Holly will kill Percy, Police will come, Holly will get arrested. History will be fixed by Percy's death. Holly will go to jail, and both Caspers will go to their time. Holly does not like this plan at all. You want me to commit murder and then rot in jail for life? No way. Just then another terrible thing happens. Old Casper says, having two Caspers at the same time is very weird, and nature does not allow this. Therefore, to prove his point and to simplify the situation, Old Casper takes out a gun and bang! He shoots himself. Old Casper dies in front of young Casper in Holly's eyes. Young Casper shouts, "Are you kidding me? This was my future? I died in front of myself." He becomes completely traumatized. Now only 3 people remain: young Casper, Holly, and Percy, who was watching all this confusedly until now. Holly and Casper run from there, taking Percy because police sirens are being heard. They reach a safe place. Now they have time to take the final decision. Casper, who has just seen his older self die, is very scared. He points the gun at Percy. "Percy, I'm sorry, but old me said that you have to die. If you don't die, then the convergence won't happen, and then paradox, and who knows what else will happen. You have to die," Percy pleads. "I don't want to die, and if the world can be saved by me staying alive, then isn't that a good thing?" Holly stands in front of Casper. She says, "Casper, wait, think what we are doing. Doris said that billions of people will die in the convergence, and we want to let it happen? Just because the plan is this? To hell with the plan," Casper shouts. "But Holly, this is history. We cannot change it." Holly answers, "Why not? You said that you are from the future, and everything is fixed. But old Casper said that Percy had changed the future. This means the future is not written. We can change it." Casper's hand is trembling. He wants to kill Percy so that everything becomes normal, but he is not a murderer. He is just an ordinary, lazy man who wanted a comfortable life. Seeing Percy crying and hearing Holly's words, Casper's courage breaks. He puts the gun down. "I can't do it. I can't do it." Just then, Casper's foot slips and accidentally the gun goes off. The bullet hits straight into Casper's leg. Casper screams in pain. Percy panics and immediately runs from the scene. Holly quickly handles the situation and rushes to help Casper. The police are coming closer. Holly takes a decision. She tells Casper, "We will not run, and we will stop that convergence too, no matter what happens." The scene cuts. After some time, we see that Percy has now truly become famous, but not after dying, but while staying alive. He has written a book in which he has told all those things of the future which Casper had told him, and old Casper had told him in the previous timeline. He is giving an interview on TV. People are considering him a prophet. His predictions are coming true. Holly and Casper are sitting in a house watching all this on TV. They are together. Casper is still stuck in our time, but now he looks happy. Holly asks, "Do you think we did the right thing?" Casper smiles. "Old me said that if Percy remained alive, then there would be a paradox or reality would collapse. But look, nothing happened. The mushy blob of reality just adjusted. The truth is that the world did not end. Percy has warned people through his book, so perhaps people in the future will be ready and can stop the convergence, or at least face it in a better way." Holly and Casper are now partners. They have a new mission. Casper still has a little knowledge of the future left. Holly says, "Doris said that there are only 120 people in the world who can truly change something." Casper asks, "So?" Holly says with a mischievous smile, "I have the names and addresses of all of them, which were found from Doris's data. Come on, let's save the world, but in our own way." The movie ends on a hopeful note. Casper, who had come just to relax, has now found a purpose. Holly, who hated the world, is now fighting to save it, and Percy, who wanted to die, is now showing the way to the world. Casper leaves a last message for the audience. "I don't know what will happen in the future. History can change. So why not the future? If you are reading this, I am right here, and we are trying.